Hi everyone and welcome back to the Spirit Jungle. My name is Yeva and today I will talk about frequencies, what it is and how you can raise your frequency. So by the end of this video, you will have a tool that will help you to increase your vibration and attract more synchronicities and abundance and miracles into your life. The nature of our reality is not what we believed in for a long time, and quantum physics has already proven that. In fact, matter is an illusion, and physical atoms are nothing but energy vortexes that keep spinning and vibrating at a different speed. And if you go deeper into the physical atom, you will find nothing, absolutely nothing. But let's stay with the vibration. So everything on this earth, including us humans, are made from atoms. That means we all vibrate at a different speed, and that speed creates frequencies. And so it's like our energetic signature, it's like our song, if you will. And that song, that vibration that we emit is influencing the way we perceive the reality. So imagine that you listen to a low frequency music, a song that has been written maybe from a place of great suffering or anger or hate. All of a sudden you might start experiencing feelings like anger or hate or other low frequency feelings. Or you might even match a low frequency situation like witnessing robbery or an accident or even being a part of one. And now imagine that you're listening to a high frequency song, a song that has been written from a place of love. All of a sudden, you're gonna start feeling good, everything will brighten up, and no matter where you will be, even if you're in the worst neighborhood, as long as you will have your headphones on with that amazing song, you will feel great. You will just hold yourself from dancing not to attract too much attention, right? So that's how our own personal frequencies influences the way we experience life. It's like having that song on our headphones. It just colors our reality. And it's important to realize that everything outside of us is just pure potential. It does not have any meaning attached to it. It is us that attaches meaning and subjectivity on that pure potential. Just as if like a toy or a certain object can be an object of hate, of love, or neutrality for three different people. That means the object on its own, it doesn't hold any meaning. It is us that projects that meaning onto it. It's empty. And just to be clear, low frequency is not necessarily bad, because a chair, for example, could be a low frequency, like an object that vibrates at a low frequency. But for us humans, it is different because we can actually change and shift our frequency, which influences our perception. That's why it's important to be in a high frequency to experience life the way we want to experience it. So for us, the lower the frequency, the heavier are our feelings and the more dense is our reality. So we are also more susceptible to other people's opinions. We can be told what to do or where to go or who to follow, and we actually follow the authority without even questioning, even if it's not an authority. So we're living blindly like another sheep in the herd. So it also matches us up with other negative situations. And the higher our vibration is, the closer we are to Source, God, enlightenment, or whatever you want to call it. We experience more bliss, joy, synchronicities, happiness, and less anger, illness, suffering, and other low frequency emotions. We are in the conscious creation of our destiny, and we're also not as susceptible to other people's opinions, and we're not slaves to our thoughts or emotions. By living in a high frequency state, you can literally experience heaven on earth, no matter where you are. So it's like having that amazing song on your headphones and listening to it all day long. So I hope that makes you want to raise your frequency, because it definitely does for me. And you probably heard that to raise your frequency and in general to be a happier person, you should be exercising, eating healthy, or maybe saying positive affirmations and being more loving and compassionate. And these are all amazing things, and that would be ideal. However, that's not where I will start today. Why? Because if you don't want to fall back, you need to focus on your internal state first. So for example, if you raise your frequency through external means such as exercise or positive affirmations, it can easily lead you to a bypassing of what you're actually experiencing in the moment, which means it's similar to taking a pill or drinking alcohol, just kind of a healthier alternative. And you will eventually run out of willpower to do it. Just look at your life and ask yourself, does it really work to always force yourself to exercise, to always force yourself to think positively when you feel heavy and depressed? And for how long does it work? Is it normal that your life just falls back to where it was when you stop doing all these actions? Is that what your spiritual journey really about? A constant effort, a constant trying. And when you stop, all the results just vanish. And you're back where you were. If you are fed up of constant effort to control your life, this is for you. All these obligations to raise our frequency and keep ourselves in a state of emotional high can eventually start weighing our shoulders. Think about it. We already know what we should do and what actions we should take to make our lives better. However, we're not always able to do it, because we don't have enough of willpower in our bank account. So we try, we fall back, we try again, we fall back again, and then we start feeling shame and guilt and fear that we're gonna be unable to change in the future. And those feelings, guilt and shame, are actually lowest frequency emotions that you can experience. And so much for raising your frequency, right? The truth is that to be able to live the life that you really want to be living and to do all of these actions like eat healthier, you actually need to first raise your frequency. Paradoxical, right? Because you think these actions will help you to raise your frequency, but your frequency is too low to even do these actions. So it's like having an anchor that is holding your boat from moving. We can't force our emotions to be what we want them to be. That's not the way they work, and that would only lead to a great spiritual bypassing. And so today I will give you one tool that will help you to raise your frequency and increase your vibration so you can create the reality that you really desire to create. So the most important step that you can take today is surrender. Since our childhood, we are taught that emotions like anger, fear, guilt, and shame are bad, and we spend most of our lives trying to avoid them. However, these unpleasant emotions are our key to transformation. Yes, they do vibrate at a low frequency, but only through surrendering to them and offering them our conscious presence, we can transcend them. As the saying goes, what you resist persists. That means when you're resisting an emotion that you're already having, you're only inviting it to stay with you for longer. So you end up burying the emotion in your subconscious, and the subconscious starts directing your life without you even realizing. So for example, you experience anger, and you think it's so wrong to experience anger that you end up stuffing it down one way or another. And then that emotion just goes within your subconscious and becomes like another note of your song. So now you're walking in the street and people can hear this heavy metal song. And you think heavy metal? No, it's divine music, because you don't even recognize that you had this suppressed anger. However, other people around you can hear it intuitively, no matter what facade you will put on. So these are your suppressed emotions, and that's what happens when you choose not to experience the emotions that you're having at the moment. So the key here is to learn to experience your anger and let it go for good. Only when you accept your emotion and allow yourself to experience it fully, you're able to let go of it. And when you do let go, then you're able to naturally move higher and experience different emotional states and higher frequency. So you're letting go of all the anchors that were holding your boat from moving. And it's important to remember that we do not need a special moment to do this work. We often search for fancy ways to heal, and we think that we need to do something very special to heal ourselves and liberate ourselves from our karma. But healing is already happening now, every day, every moment. Life is healing you by throwing at you the situations that provoke certain emotions that you already have suppressed in the past. And it just comes up through new situations and new people. And that's your opportunity to heal. So when you go through your days, ask yourself, how do I feel? This is one of the most important questions that you can ask yourself. Feel what is there and experience it. And even if you want to contract and resist it, feel it anyways. So let's compare your emotion to experiencing cold temperature. When you feel cold, you want to contract your body. You want to snuggle in. You're trying to protect yourself from the cold, so you're snuggling in and you're resisting it. So the same happens when we experience anxiety or pain. We're trying to contract, we're resisting it. But what happens really is that when we're contracting, we're restricting our blood flow, and so blood can't flow and warm our body. So we actually end up feeling more cold. So the same goes for anxiety. When we're resisting and we're contracting, the anxiety stays with us for longer. If you would let go and trust a little and just keep relaxing, your body would naturally warm up because you would allow the blood flow. It is easier to experience an emotion when we are not labeling it as good or bad. We just feel it as a sensation in our body, as electricity just passing through. And that way the emotion can even become pleasant even if it's negative emotion. So you can do the same thing with any kind of emotion or feeling that comes up. So even if it's unpleasant, just keep surrendering and keep relaxing into it. And even if it burns, and even if it makes you experience the flames of hell, just keep going within and just keep surrendering. You want to kick and scream, just keep surrendering and keep relaxing your body. Or even if your mind wants to distract you and finds all kind of excuses why you shouldn't be experiencing this right now, just go forward and just keep relaxing into the emotion and say yes to it. If you will learn to experience your suppressed emotions and the pain behind them, you will be able to stay in the high frequency. So let your emotions guide you and heal you. So really, how do you feel? Thank you guys so much for your time and attention. Feel free to comment what is your most powerful tool to raise your frequency, so it may also help other people who watch this. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Instagram. I share many updates, realizations, and inspiration on my account. I hope you enjoyed. Have a blessed week.